We're having another storm go through, but it's kind of on its way out and the weather's a little bit nicer. So I think I'm going to try and repair this roof, which is, well, there's not very much left of it, but I might find a piece of wood that I can replace it with. But the rabbits aren't out yet because of this, so I think what I might do is temporarily get the roof from the new kit and just put it on top so that at least they're under cover. I've actually braced this with some bits of fallen tree just to stop it blowing over like it did the other day, and I held it on with these kind of cheap bungee straps to try and keep it in place as well. So let's get rid of those and I can take it off. I'm inside an old garage that's our next door neighbours who've moved out. Anyway, that's what's left of the roof. You know, this was the plywood that it was made of. And you can see the state of the floor here as well. I mean, that's got a great hole in it. I already put a new piece of wood here just to kind of avoid them falling through completely. And there's another bit there that's falling through. This bit I replaced last year. So it needs a lot of little repairs, but I just need to put a roof on for the moment just to get them out here. So I've dragged the new one in here, so I'm going to see if I can get the roof panel out of that, and then once the weather's died down a bit, I'll try and fix that roof and put the new one together, because I've got some bits of flat wood from I rescued from school. I think they were from the art department. They were big sort of flat drawers that they were keeping artwork in. So there we go. And it's nicely on the top, so I can get at it easily. That's the roof panel. That's what it was like when it was new. So let's put that on to keep them dry and get the rabbits outside. Well, that fits quite nicely on top of there, but it's still quite blowy, so I put the bungee strap back on. And I'm going to put the rabbits back in. It might be their last go, because at some point I think they might fall through that hole, but at least they can come outside for a little run. Well, these are the bases of the old art drawers, and they're not really quite long enough, but if I put two together and then, you know, somehow cover over the gap, I'm sure it'll be a makeshift new roof. It's got to be better than the old one anyway. Well, I made a start on the roof by basically dismantling it. The actual roofing felt, whatever this stuff is, it's a bit past it. We've actually got some that looks better than this left over from making the shed. And I discovered that these panels, okay, turn out to be exactly the right width to fit in. All I needed to do was knock off the old edges. So these edge pieces that used to be the sides of the drawers, I just need to knock them off and sand them down, and then those two bits are ideal for making the roof. Okay, there we go. Well, that's two pieces cut to fit. Because there's a batten down the middle and these weren't long enough, I thought if I make the join underneath the batten, that'd be quite good. I think I'll put some tape underneath it as well to keep it all together. And actually these, because these are reasonably square already, should help to square up the whole lid. There's some tape across the middle. So I'm just going to see if I can find a piece of roofing material. So actually this cupboard out here has got some on that might be alright. Not sure, I might find a bit that hasn't got a hole in. That's looking a bit iffy actually, because this was left over from doing the roof. You know what, I could always just go and buy some. Maybe that'll be something to do tomorrow. So I ended up buying some more of this roofing felt. It was only 21 quid from Wickes, and all the stuff that I've still got left over has got holes in it, so I thought this would be better. I've also got all these plastic bags, and I thought I might put a layer of those underneath as an extra layer of waterproofing. And I discovered I've still got some of this stuff left over from when we did the shed. I've glued the plastic sheet on and it's got a bit more wrinkly than I'd hoped. So I was kind of half tempted to take it off, but I think I'm just going to leave it. And I've cut a strip from the roll to go on top. So now it's time to put the glue on. There we go, so that just needs trimming to size. I wonder if it's better from the other side. Right, so I've got some way of fitting that in, and I think that's done. When it was attached before, it only had sort of staples, but I think I'm going to use some of these screws. It's actually these 20mm ones are probably the right length. The 25mm ones are just a bit too thick, too long rather, and I think they'll stick through the other side. So I'm going to put a few down here, a couple on the edge, and some along that edge there as well. Well, there we go. That's all put together. Rather stupidly didn't line up the holes very well, so it made holes through the top, which I'm going to have to, I'll put some glue or something into them to seal them up. But it's all back in one piece. I may put those extra bracing bits on here because it only had the one bit in the middle. I might put those back on. And here we have it, one repaired roof. I've added those extra battens on that were there before, just to strengthen it a little bit, and I've screwed them around the back, although that wood's a bit feeble, so it's not very strong. And I've put a bit of mastic on those bits there where I drilled holes through that didn't line up. Oh, I found another hole. There's another hole there I need to stick something on. Okay, might be another one. Okay, another little hole just need to fill, and then that's it. So here it is, one repaired roof back on the old rabbit run, complete with the rabbits.